Hey everybody, I'm Ryan Barchuk with Long Realty Jasper Associates here in Scottsdale, Arizona. I want to thank you for joining today. Today I'm going to be talking about the Home Buyers Academy 2025, open the door to home ownership. And the goal and objective of today is to really educate people on the process of purchasing a home. You may be a first-time buyer and all this is new. You may have bought a home in the past and it's been about 10, 15, or even longer number of years since you've last purchased, so it could be a nice refresher for you. But what I really want to accomplish here is to give people the tools and the resources to help them make an informed decision and just give them things that they need to consider while going through the home purchase process. The overview, we're talking a little bit about renting versus buying, what's the pros and cons, benefits and drawbacks of home ownership, because there's a reason why there's people out there that choose to rent versus own. Selecting a loan and a lender. What's going to be the best type of loan for you? FHA, VA, conventional, USD. There's a lot of different loans out there. You need to find out what's going to be the best program that's going to fit your needs. Also, this is a relationship business. We'll want to find the lender that's going to be a best fit for you on your home purchasing journey. Same with finding a realtor that's going to be a best fit with you, and the same with title company. Those are the three people that are going to be the ones that are going to help you get this property or this purchase across the line and make the transaction as smooth as possible for you and make it an enjoyable experience as well. Then we're going to start talking a little bit about the the home search process. How do we go about searching for a home? What's the process of dialing those properties in? What are the conversations that lead up to setting up an MLS search? Then we'll talk about making an offer. What's going to be the best offer out there based on the market conditions? Is it a buyer's market? Is it a seller's market? Is it a balanced market? These are things that you're going to want to know and have the information in order to make a competitive offer. We'll talk a little bit about insurance and escrow. And then finally, the reward, closing. We'll talk about the closing process, what to expect, the few final things in the last days prior to closing on your property. Talk a little bit about renting or buying, which is better. Well, it depends. Everybody's needs are different. Here in Metro Phoenix, I deal with a lot of clients that move here from different states, from around the country. And so for them to come here and purchase doesn't really make sense, because Metro Phoenix is the 5th largest metropolitan area in the United States now. And so you buy something in an area that you don't like, you can't geez, what I just do. In a scenario like that, renting makes sense. Or if you're just going to be here for a short period of time, renting might make sense as well. There are a couple other scenarios is we just don't have the funds right now for purchasing, and that's okay, because you don't want to be house poor and have all of your household income go in towards your mortgage every month, and at the end of the day, you don't have enough money for anything else. On the flip side of the coin, people can make the argument that buying is better, because you're not having to deal with a landlord. You don't have to worry on or wait on somebody to make repairs. You don't have to ask for permission to paint your home. We'll talk a little bit about those. Like I was saying earlier, do what you want when you want. Here's one of the benefits of owning a home. You don't have to ask for permission. You're accumulating equity. Equity is the value of your home. That is now how people make wealth with real estate. You're also going to get tax benefits too. At the end of the year, when you're filing your tax return, if you're eligible, you could use that interest as a deduction. Again, something you're going to want to talk to your CPA or somebody that does all your tax preparation for you. Pride in ownership. There's nothing, as they say, the American dream, pride in owning your own home and having that asset. And the other thing is no rent increases. You don't have to worry about, well, it's renewal time, how much is my rent going to go up? We saw that, we experienced that in Metro Phoenix, where the rental inventory got pretty tight. Uh, People didn't have a lot of options to choose from, and landlords took advantage of that and would do astronomical increases, which I think were unethical to people. Owning a home, if you get a 15-year fixed, a 30-year fixed, whatever type of loan you get, if it's locked in, you pretty much know, for the most part, what your monthly payment is going to be for the life of that loan, and so you don't have to have that hanging over your head. One of the drawbacks, though, is maintenance and repairs. On the flip side, when you own, that AC breaks, you can't call somebody to fix it. Well, you can, you gotta pay, but you've gotta pay. So, air conditioning goes broke, the stove breaks, something like that, that's an expense that you would have to absorb. Also, being house poor goes back to what I said in the previous slide. You have more of your disposable income or your household income going towards your mortgage payment than you can afford. At that time, ownership wasn't the right choice for you. Unexpected costs, that could be a leaky roof, it could be a backed up sewer line, things like that. The financial obligation. Some people just don't like to have the financial obligation of having to make a monthly payment 12 months a year for the next 30 years. So the buying and the selling costs, something that you wouldn't experience with renting property. As if with anything, there's always risks and there's always rewards. It's whether you buy, whether it's you rent, there's always going to be an opportunity cost there. And real estate is like other investments. There is a risk. Back in 2008 when I moved, there were people that were buying properties. The valuation was going through the roof, but there was really no demand to support it. People were risking taking 100% loans out, no skin in the game. They were banking on that, essentially gambling on the market going up, and then when it didn't go up, and in 2008, 2009, the market came down crashing, their asset was worthless, or significantly less than what they paid for it. This is why you need to know the market. This is why you surround yourself with your A team. It's going to be your real estate agent, your lender, your title person. These are the people who are going to help give you the tools and the resources to make an informed decision. You must also be ready to move when the time is right. So we're going to look at what markets are we at? Are we in a buyer's market, a seller's market, or in a balanced market? There's 21 different cities that make up Metro Phoenix, and each one is unique upon itself. And then we're also going to want to leverage the knowledge of these three people, your lender, your realtor, and your title company, to help you get that information, get that data, walk you through the pros and cons of everything, and help you make that informed decision. Real estate is going to be the largest purchase or the largest investment people are going to make. Median home price out here now, as of this recording in Metro Phoenix, we're looking at around $475,000, single family home, three bed, 2 bath, around 2,000 square feet. That is what we're looking at. That's something that when you make that purchase, you want to do it with confidence, you want to do it with clarity, and you want to do it with the right people on your team. Real estate and owning a home is where you're going to build memories. You're going to have maybe your first child, your first Christmas, your first wedding anniversary, etc. It's more than just a home, but it's going to be a place that you're going to look back upon, and you're going to make a lot of good memories there. And it's also going to give you comfort and security and stability and the pride of home ownership. Again, the dream of owning our own homes, that's something that what we call the American dream. I'm sure there's some people out there that'll disagree, but for the majority of people, it's something that they really strive to do and look forward to doing. The next section, we're going to talk about the lending. We're going to talk about different types of loans. I'm not a lender, but we can talk about what's going to be your best options, different types of lenders you can reach out to, and what's going to be the best research for you. So come back, check out the lending part, and look forward to chatting with everybody. Have a great day.